As I revealed in my previous episodes, Adam 22's platform is being used by the feds to take down several gang members who were his co-host or his guest on No Jumper. While Adam 22 is at the center of this story, there's another man, a part of No Jumper, who seems to play a large role in all of this. This No Jumper co-host just so happens to be the arch nemesis of the main figure listed in this indictment, Big U. According to the feds, Big U is the leader of one of the most dangerous gangs in LA, the Rolling 60 Crips, with his biggest opposition seemingly being the man who might have played a role in his takedown. That man is Wack 100, a name that is all over this indictment and who seems to have been playing dirty the entire time, setting up his biggest opposition for his downfall. Hey guys, I hope...
Welcome to Rich House Crime. We're here to break down Wack 100 exposed for his role in the No Jumper RICO. All right, shout out to the Truth Is channel. I like their content, so I wanted to share it with you guys, and we're gonna dive right in. Let me know where you guys are from in the comments.
Well, let's get right into it. For those who don't know, Wack 100 is a prominent figure in both the LA music scene and gang culture. According to Wack 100, he is a leading figure in the Pyro Blood Gang, as he proudly announces his gang ties any chance he gets. He is also a music manager, managing artists like the rapper Game and Blueface. While in the music industry, Wack is seen as a fixer who gets things done for his art.
See, I heard that Wack 100 was a driver for Suge Knight, so this is new. I heard he was just a driver and worked his way up.
Behind the scenes, there's rumors that Wack is an extortionist bully, like his former mentor Suge Knight, the legendary LA boogeyman who terrorized the streets in the 90s with his Death Row record label. According to Wack, he worked alongside of Suge Knight when he was coming up. In an interview that Wack gave, he confirmed that he learned his methods of getting things done from Suge Knight.
And he was in one of those contracts for damn near 10 years. And they tried to shelf him, and I just kind of used my resources and who I was and what Suge taught me to do. I think Suge gets the short end of the stick because the persona. If you was to ask Jodeci, if you was to ask, Mary J, if you was to ask the kid that did the Ice Ice Baby beat, Suge's business, they'll tell you all he did was make the wrong right. And I've always seen Suge try to deal with things the right way, out the box. But
Wack, I don't trust your goddamn opinion on anything. You want me to believe that Suge had a good heart? Is you out your goddamn mind?
Unfortunately, even in America, it's been proven. Our world we come from in these.
As you heard for yourself, Wack 100 openly praises Suge Knight and clearly stated that he learned what he knows from him. This is why their actions seem so similar. Rumor is, Wack 100, just like Suge Knight, has a fierce reputation in the LA streets. A music industry figure who behind the scenes is a feared gang member who's still deeply inside in the streets. This is the reason people are confused, as Wack 100 is supposed to be the real street guy. Now he's being implemented in the federal takedown of his known rival Big U. To many, it's not adding up, and some people are starting to see Wack as a slithering serpent willing to betray, lie, and deceive in order to destroy his enemy. Right now, Wack's name is all over social media, as people are accusing him of orchestrating this entire No Jumper RICO. People believe Wack might have somehow planned this all, and is the reason the feds have arrested Big U, Loose Cannon, and Bricc Baby. Just about everybody is pointing to the fact that Wack 100 publicly revealed he had prior knowledge of the Big U RICO weeks before it happened, as he went on a platform called Clubhouse and revealed on his 100 Side talk show that the feds were onto Big U for the death of the young football player and inspiring rapper RW, the same man named the murder victim of Big U on the federal indictment. On Clubhouse, Wack was heard claiming he was trying to warn Big U about this indictment. He told his audience that he was given information by a witness that the feds found DNA proof under the fingernails of the victim that seems to match that of Big U. Wack then said the feds were coming, even telling Big U to run.
Here?
Wow.
Y'all gonna hear it. They coming to get him this month on the top 8. They already got the date set.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
You gonna hear it? I'm telling you, you gonna hear it. So you gotta understand, when the family is telling us this, that means their investigation is already done.
600 has been posting, basically trying to implicate Big U in the murder of a high school.
So 2 days before he knew this info?
Well, when we went to his Instagram the other day, there was a clip of him talking about how this guy died and how his fingernails had Big U's DNA under it. I haven't seen that.
The mother, the fucking sister, I know because we ran it on Clubhouse.
So the mother is trying to raise awareness and say that she thinks that there was foul play.
Ain't no thing. She's saying this what it is. So it's on the fucking internet. So if that's the case, if it's there, right there, and you can click it and you can hear, yes, they had to get a warrant to get his DNA. And you got the sister saying after they got the DNA, they found his DNA under my brother's fingernails. Run, Forrest, run!
That's crazy.
They're right behind you. If anything, it's alarming him because there's a good chance he probably didn't know that his DNA came back up under that boy's fingernails. So if y'all want to say Wack,
but how did Wack
did anything?
How would he know about somebody's DNA being under somebody's fingernails? Like, how would you even know unless you were like really involved? Now you say you cool with the family, but how did the family know that the DNA was found under there?
You can probably say we alarmed him because for the family to know, I mean, law enforcement told them they knew. So whatever they knew, they already in process of doing whatever they gonna do, if they gonna do anything at all. So for us to be speaking on it and letting y'all hear these recordings is really alarming to do. Let's just keep it real. If you really want to talk about it. I've been sitting on it for a year. I ain't said nothing because I knew it was an open investigation.
That's crazy.
And it's still an open investigation. Just some of the investigation they put on the table and alerted the family of this what it is, this what we found, and this what's going on.
Wow.
I'm willing to bet, Tink.
I'm here.
Your room is the first time he learned that his DNA was found up under that boy's nail.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably shaking by now. I don't know what.
Shaking like Don Knotts.
As you heard for yourself,
That's crazy.
Wack 100 somehow knew that the Big U RICO was coming. According to Wack, he knew this because allegedly the mother of JW, Big U's alleged murder victim, told him herself.
Okay, I keep forgetting.
With Wack 100 releasing a private conversation he had with the mother of the victim, in which she confessed to Wack that Big U was under investigation. The woman could be heard in the conversation asking Wack 100 to keep this conversation between the two of them, while Wack was secretly recording with the goal of putting this information out there. The woman is heard in the conversation telling Wack that Big U was being looked at as the man responsible for the death of her son.
Wow.
Like, whatever they doing, they already doing. It's done. So now the family they told the street nigga. Unfortunately, I felt withholding this is cooperating with the police.
Wow.
I'd have played this. He was arrested. They like, oh, Wack, you knew they was coming. You didn't say nothing. It would have been right. All the way right. The family still cussing me out. Why did you play that? Shit. Why did you tell me?
Oh, man. Yo, that's savage.
Wack 100, and you're in the collective.
I'm going to let you hear the sister up into her. Actually, I'm going to go to the mama first. This will make sense to y'all. Here we go.
I was tripping that it took 3 years.
4 years. 3 years.
To run DNA.
It's just made.
So what? They was contacting Big U to come give us DNA and he wouldn't do it?
Damn.
Well, what had happened was when they was doing the investigation and they wanted to take their own DNA, he wouldn't give them his DNA. So they had to serve him a search warrant to get his DNA.
Alright, now watch this.
But then again, Big U had a dope case up. He might not have. So that he probably wasn't. He had a dope case.
But why would he risk everything for a kid, though? I don't understand that.
Okay, so, that's bad work. In response, in my match, we went out for road out the penitentiary. They made me swab, but then again, Big U had a dope case up. He might not have. So that he probably wasn't. He had a dope
That's
case.
crazy, bro.
In my brother's nail.
Okay, so, that's bad work.
So then
Now that's what y'all been hearing. This one ain't nobody heard. Let me find this shit.
Told me, between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the end of March, the beginning of April.
As you heard for yourself, Wack got this recording.
Yo,
and
he
then
got
took it
that
to the internet,
accurately.
exposing the details, eager to let the world know Big U was being investigated. Now that the FBI indictment has been revealed, people are looking at Wack, asking the question if he's the one that set up Big U. Or even worse, has he been working
And
for
then
the
why she
police
say
the whole
something?
time?
Why would you want him?
If you follow what Wack has been doing for the last year, it appears that he has been setting up this takedown. Now, in order to understand why Wack 100 wants Big U off the streets, we have to understand what started this beef. While Wack 100 and Big U hate each other today, just a few years back, they were best of friends. With Wack 100 and Big U even doing podcasts together, as you can spot them together at Nick Cannon's podcast show. For years, these two were best of friends, bonding over their love of extortion and street politics. Unfortunately, this relationship would eventually crumble, as Wack 100 claimed Big U tried to snake him out of a deal orchestrated by his former mentor, Suge Knight.
But I was violated in a way that got me emotional. And as men, we know when we get emotional about things,
But
we don't
y'all
like to
blood
talk
and crip.
about it.
I wouldn't trust none of y'all.
So I'm going to tell you why we fell out.
If I'm blood, I don't trust him.
I put many plays in front of him, helped him make money, helped him do a lot of things. Okay, right. So I get a call about 18 months, 2 years ago from my label, E1. E1 tells me, hey, Wack, we want to tell you something. We don't want to tell you, but we got to tell you. But Big U just left our office. In New York? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thinking maybe he went to try to get a deal or something. You know, all right.
I was just going to say, why would he be there?
Right, hold on. They said, well, let us tell you what went on. Last week, he called and said Suge wanted him to come in for a meet. And Suge was going to be on the phone. So we thought maybe Suge was, you know, trying to get something done. So we set the meet. Okay. He gets in the meeting, Suge on the phone. Suge says, we want you to give your contracts that you have with Wack to Big U.
Wow.
Big U is the only dude that he's scared of in L.A. I said, what did y'all say? We told them Wack is not only our business partner, but he is our friend, and that will never happen. And I got to ask you to leave my office. So they tell me this. I wait a week. I don't say nothing. Call Big U. Hey, homie, you went to the office over there and said this. I'm scared of you. Whatever you ever, no, Wack, that ain't how I went. No, that's how I went. He said, Suge said that. I said, but look, you still ain't told me that happened. It's been 7 days I've been sitting on it.
That's crazy.
He went to my place of business. It's obviously you and Suge had this mapped out. Whoever he think he is, he ain't nobody. No, he ain't got no weight in there. You in the PC yard in the penitentiary. You really went to New York and walked to my office. I said it from that day forward, ain't got nothing to holler about. You stay on your side, I'm going to stay on mine. Thing outside of that, it's going to be what it's going to be.
As you heard for yourself, Wack
So
claims
that's
Big
what
U
it
and
is.
Suge Knight
Okay.
tried to snake him. He claims this is what led to the start of their beef, with the beef eventually spilling into the streets. As back in 2022, Wack 100 was allegedly pressed by Big U and his crew after a game concert where Kanye was in attendance. According to the indictment, Wack was pressed by Big U and 20 of his goons in a parking lot, leaving the show. The indictment claims Wack 100 begged Big U to spare his family, who was in a vehicle in the parking lot. The indictment also claims that Wack was armed and had his weapon in his hand. Eventually, Big U allowed Wack's family to get through, and lucky for Wack, he was allowed to leave unharmed. But it seems like this situation took the beef to a whole new level. Wack 100 began his plan to bring down Big U at any means necessary, willing to go to lengths most so-called gangsters wouldn't embark on. This is the reason people believe Wack set up Big U, pointing to the fact that Wack linked up with Big U's former affiliate, Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon had a falling out with Big U, and Wack 100 saw him as a perfect ally, linking up with Loose and amplifying everything negative he had to say about Big U.
Perfect
Wack brought
victim.
Loose Cannon onto the No Jumper show, where, like we spoke about before, he snitched on Big U live for the world to see. Everything Loose Cannon
That's
said
his
in this
name.
podcast episode was listed in the federal RICO indictment. Throughout the whole podcast episode, Wack was ad-libbing and leading Loose Cannon into snitching.
Exactly.
Wack appeared happy in the video as he knew this was going to help destroy his #1 enemy that he allegedly was afraid of. Many are seeing this podcast with Loose and Wack knowing about Big U's RICO before it commenced as all suspicious, as it seems Wack 100 was purposely revealing information that he knew would aid in the investigation into Big U, especially since Wack appears as an alleged victim in the indictment, and also the fact that a Wack 100 affiliate 600 managed to record the raid on Big U's home in real time, almost as if he knew Big U was going to be arrested on that day. If we look at all this going on, Wack does seem to be written all over this takedown. His affiliation with people like Loose and 600 who are accused of snitching on Big U, and also his choice of leaking the Big U indictment information given to him makes it clear this was his plan all along. This is what Big U came out and stated right before he turned himself in, trying to insinuate Wack was the reason for his arrest.
I'm going to go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Wack. Wack, Loose Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to it.
So he was talking about something deep.
Hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble.
Now I want to make it clear that if everything being said about Big U is true, he definitely deserves life behind bars.
He said a lot.
From what they're saying,
said a lot.
Big U is the worst kind of monster. A man in his late 50s who won't leave the streets alone, forcing the younger generation to do his bidding. A man who is allegedly terrorizing his own community, and even worse, taking out members of his community. What Big U is being accused of regarding RW is truly sad. This young man lived with Big U and was under a record contract with him. The moment he pissed off Big U, he took him out and dumped his body in a ditch. For years, Big U pretended to be a positive figure in his community, even being paid by the government to run an anti-crime operation, which he was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for. He claimed to be helping his community when in reality, he was preying on it, forcing people in his own community to pay extortion fees for his protection. Big U had so many years to change and learn from his mistakes, but he never did. Instead, he chose to embody evil and was proud of his demonic reputation. In a way, it is good that he is off the streets. While some people might not agree in the way it was done, this man truly was a cancer to his community. However, so is Wack 100, and honestly, I believe he's possibly worse than Big U. What Wack 100 just proved is that he doesn't play by any set of rules. To me, his actions are clearly devil snake-like behavior. Not only did he use gang members, but it seems like he used the law to take down his opposition. It's almost like Wack cleared his enemy off the streets so he could take his place. Wack is a part of the same system Big U is a part of, the LA gang culture. Wack, just like Big U, is an older guy who is still trying to act like a gangster. Instead of learning from his mistakes and growing from them, he chooses to push gang culture onto the next generation. And that's exactly what he's doing on No Jumper. Wack 100 takes pride in his gang affiliations, as his favorite word is on Pyru. He wants people to fear him like they fear Suge Knight and Big U. He wants to be the big bad wolf of LA. What this No Jumper RICO has revealed is that Wack has been playing dirty the entire time. Every time Wack's name is involved in something, it's always bad. A few years back, he went viral for claiming he had a tape of Nipsey Hussle hooking
we
up
never
with
seen
an
that tape.
ex-girlfriend and another man at the same time. Wack claimed that Nipsey was engaging in suspicious activity with the man as well, basically claiming that Nipsey was bi. When Wack was pressed about this, he never provided any evidence.
Ever.
When people heard this, they claimed that Wack was lying and just hated Nipsey because he was a Rolling 60 Crip, the same gang Big U was a leader of. He was also connected to another alleged tape of boxer Oscar De La Hoya, where he was doing suspicious activity. It was rumored that Wack 100 allegedly extorted him for money to get the tape back, also doing the same thing to Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, claiming to have had an unreleased tape of Kim and Ray J hooking up. He made Kanye do a song with his artist Game to return the tape back to the Kardashians. Essentially, this could be seen as a form of extortion, at least in my opinion. The very same crimes Big U is being accused of. Wack is playing dirty, and he's a perfect example of why the streets are a myth. Don't fall for the gangster trap. Don't follow lost men like Wack 100 and Big U to your own end. These are two men who have given themselves to the devil, not men you should inspire to be like. Right now, the world is so messed up, and it's because men like Wack and Big U are praised and seen as role models when they should be shunned. Big U is pushing 60 and Wack is pushing 50, and they both still want to play gangsters in the streets. They still want to lead more kids in the wrong direction. If you're in LA, trust me when I tell you it's not worth trying to be like these guys. Look how it always ends up, either dead or in jail. It's never too late to turn to God and change your life. Jesus can heal you from anything. Don't pay attention to those who try to shame.
All right, this is getting too religious for me. Anyway, I did enjoy what I watched. I do feel like Wack is definitely the puppeteer of this whole situation, and it's kind of obvious at this point. I feel like if you really think about it, he didn't go against nobody that's with him. You understand what I'm saying? So he might have set 600 up to, go online and give him the info. Then he got the info about Big U. He put that info online. He set up all these other people that are not affiliated with him. And if you ask me, he's more loyal to himself and to the people he's around than to anybody. I think he's foul, but not foul in a level like he's not loyal to who he's around. But anyway, I want to know you guys' views in the comments. Let me know. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the top bell, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.